All right, hi, welcome to another video of the Target Individual Program, the Target Individual Experience. This video I'm going to talk about my doctor, right? So, like I said, I took the STD test, went to the doctor. She said my STD test was fine, okay? But again, when I think about it, using terms like, oh, your STD test is fine, instead of saying, your STD test is negative or what have you. And see, this is the reason why, I, like I said, I stay away from women. I have not since my last relationship with Pam. I, I, I can't. I really can't. Uh, like I said, we have been as not just as TIs, but me as a black person, me as black people, we have been uh, subjected to all kinds of atrocities, all kind of assaults, all kind of oppression, and just the fact that when it comes to us, in terms of that's why like I said, you see now rampant STDs within the black community, because what happens is that a lot of young black women today, are engaged in bisexual relationships, or having bisexual, sexual sex. You know what I'm saying? And you know, a lot of them think that they can't get STDs, but yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can very much so get STDs. Okay, and so these are the things that, like I said, I'm too old for this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm too old for this shit. Like I said, no matter how many times they may try to send a woman my way, I don't need another handler. I'm fine. You know, like I said, I'm fine. So now I have to, because I definitely think that, again, but this is one of the ways in which they kill us slowly, right? By telling us, either by misdiagnosis, or having the lab falsify tests that are being done. I mean, we've seen this before, where you have these people working in laboratories who will falsify lab results, right? So again, this is something that, again, as a black person, is something that we as black people, particularly, for those that that have the money, what have you, start building these things, start creating these things for our people, because we leave it on the hands of the white races, and they will continue to assault us in various ways, to kill us, to make it look like it's natural, to lie and continue to deceive us. Okay, so like I said, for when doctors use terms like, and again, because I was targeted during that day, again, which I'm going to upload the video, I'm going to put the link to my other channel where you can watch the videos. But it's really at a point where this is what's happening, and it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of ridiculous, and they're constantly listening to everything I say, okay, using the car honk or using the police sirens to try to intimidate me into silence, and I'm not going to be silent. All right, and then again, trying to threaten me about receiving my disability. So today I had to mail out my annual disability form, right? Because this is your itemized form, right? And every year they do this. Every year they try to intimidate me into not putting it in the mail, and that's why when I always send it out. I always send it out. Uh, to with, I forget what you call it, but certified mail, right? Because I have to do that. Because if I don't do that, then it will get lost in the mail. Okay, this is the extent that I have to go through to make sure these things get to where it gets to. Okay, like again, and then also that again, I've been talking about this lately a lot. They've been making this spitting sound every time. Uh, like let's say, again, they use various methods from playing the game, what have you. And another thing too, I just bought this game called Days Gone, right? It was a Steam sale. I think I got it for like $13.49 or what have you, right? And in this game, right? I don't know if you guys know about the game, but anyhow, so you're like these two drifters. You fighting these zombies, stuff like that. You go through different section of the map, and then you get to one section where you have this different camp, and you have this nurse. I guess she's a nurse, black nurse. Have a lesbian relationship with a white woman, and again, trying to play on the the theme, like I talk about with Pam, how they try to send me these subliminal messages, all using weapons and stuff like that. So every time these two characters get together, they're like either they'll honk their horn and stuff like that, right? And again, no police sirens, though. No police sirens, just honking their horn, you know. So again, anything that has to do with positivity, they will use the police sirens, right? Anything that has to do with, trying to instill any sort of negative thinking, they'll use the call honk, right? So I want you to understand how they do these things, right? How they do these things. Again, it's part of how they're trying to condition me into this negative mindset and continue negative mindset, but it's not working. I it's not going to work, right? They've tried it in the past. They may have had a little bit of success, but that's it. Once I started to figure out exactly what was going on, this is what, like I said, I had to expose these things in terms of what they're doing, so they can go ahead and make all the spitting sound. And think about it, right? If you watch, there's a program. Matter of fact, I'll tell you, when the ancestors who's within me are just guiding me in a lot of ways. So I posted a video, right? It's about an hour-long video, ABC MK Ultra program, and it talks about how one of the ways that the CIA and how they try to break people's personality is to make them think that they're criminals, is to make them engage in criminal behavior, and then to make them think they're criminals, right? And then use that as a method to try to break their mind. Okay, so again, that's why you'll see why they use law enforcement and stuff like that, and how they try to. I'm sorry to talk about this before, how they try to make you think in this criminalistic way, which you're not. And so whenever time they try to send me subliminal message that's negative, and I flip it and make it positive, they will use the police sirens, because the remote will monitoring my thoughts, my thinking, right? And so this is what they have been doing. And like I said, lately again, this spitting sound, right? And it's like, which one is it? You know what I'm saying? It's like they go from a spitting sound, they go to coughing, all this other stuff that they do, But anyhow, I just wanted to make this video because I wanted to follow up on the previous video about, again, my doctor. And this like I said, even last time I went there, I had to literally go back and ask her for a printout, because the way how she was looking, the way she looked at me. But like I said, sometimes you gotta put yourself in the fire to figure out and expose what it is that they're doing. So from this point, I'm not going to go back to that doctor. I'm going to have to find another doctor to go back to, another neurologist to go back to, to let people understand that this is what is being done to us as target individuals. But then I look at it at the broader aspect. I look at it as how us as Black people, when you start to see these things happen in our community, particularly amongst young people, and how the government don't take action, but when these things happen within white communities, they take action immediately to curb it, right? Just think about that for a minute, all right? I'll talk to you guys in the next video.